My name is Sagan, a certified financial planner. I work with athletes, ranging from NIL to professional athletes. And the reason for my message today is very simple. It's to answer the question, who will stop me from spending? Right? That in itself is a loaded question. So with that being said, my goal here today is to put together this short video to give you 5 areas that will help you to stop you from spending and to stop you from gaining what you've acquired. So with that being said, number 1 is focus. As an athlete, you got to be focused. Focused on what? You got to have a plan. You got to have a goal in mind. So if there's a goal, if there's something that you're trying to achieve, you got to work towards that goal. And your job is to be focused on what you're trying to obtain. If it's a house that you want to purchase, if it's an investment that you want to make, if it's a series of investments that you want to do, and you need a pool of funds to accumulate for you to be able to achieve that goal, that's what you got to be focused on. That's number 1, is to have that focus. Number 2, you got to have a budget, right? When you receive funds, oftentimes it's a big chunk of money at one time. Those funds should already be meted out. It should already have directions on where it's going. A good chunk of it to savings, another portion to investments, another portion for living, right? So that's number 2. You definitely have to have a budget. Number 3, family encouragement. Oftentimes your family, they're the closest people to you. So that's important, and to have their encouragement. So if they see you, for example, that you're losing focus, they're the ones that's going to reel you back in to say, hey, listen, no, you didn't have no business spending money on that. You should have put the money here, or you got to stop doing that if you're trying to get to where you want to be. That's number 3. You got to have that family encouragement of those trusted relatives or trusted family or friends that you have that's going to help you to make sure that you remain on the right path to getting to where you want to be. Number 4 is learn from the ones that came before you, right? There are many examples, and my job is not to put them out, but there are many examples of athletes who received money and spent through their money very fast. One in particular that I'm thinking about, because when you are in a financial situation, a troubling financial situation, oftentimes athletes file for something called bankruptcy. And that's pretty much telling the government that, listen, I'm broke and I need your help. And the pressures of the bills that I have to pay and the debts that I owe, I can't meet them. So I need you to step in to help me. And once that happens, that particular person that's filing for bankruptcy has to make it public. The one that I'm thinking about in particular made over $80 million in their career. When they filed for bankruptcy, which is only a few years removed from them working, they had $50,000 of assets remaining, and they had millions of dollars of debt to pay back. So with that being said, number 4 is remember the ones that came before you. You're not the first person with money. You're not the last person with money. But what God did was entrust you with some money, and that you are entrusted with those assets, and you got to take care of it the way that you should. So that would being said, that's the 4th thing that I wanted to mention. And the last thing is important. It's important to have a financial advisor, and it's important to have a financial advisor that you can trust, and it's important to have a financial advisor that you communicate with regularly, because that particular financial advisor, such as myself, could, number 1, give you guidance and direction on what you're supposed to do. In an often underutilized way, they could be a shield for you, right? So they could be a shield. So if somebody comes with an investment plan or an investment idea, you literally just let them know, like, hey, you can meet with my financial advisor, or you can talk with my financial advisor. We could set up some time and you could talk to him. But I'll be as your shield, so that let them know that, hey, their money is meted out. They have a direction that they're going. And they got to be focused on where they need to go to get where they need to be. And while they're going there, they're going to have that family encouragement, right? They already have the money that they have is already set aside. It's budgeted. So we can't afford to do that right now. And then you have to learn from the ones that came before you. So it's definitely important to do those things. These 5 things that I mentioned is not the end all be all. They're not the end all be all. Number 1, you making sure that you have a goal that you're set on. Number 2, to make sure that you have that family encouragement. Number 3 is to make sure that you have a budget. Then you're making sure that you're learning from the ones that came before you. And number 5, of course, that you're utilizing your financial advisor to the fullest ability for your guidance and for your shield to protect you against going broke or eventually, God forbid, filing for bankruptcy. So again, my name is Sagan Augustine. You are more than welcome to go on my website, which is www.jesurunwealth.com. Again, that's www.jesurunwealth.com. Or you can call me, which is the phone number is 239-444-4208. Again, that's 239-444-4208. Look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.